Success is often measured by tangible accomplishments, reaching career milestones, building wealth, or achieving personal goals. But behind every successful person, there is something far more powerful than talent or luck: emotional intelligence. While intelligence and technical skills are essential, it is emotional intelligence, EQ, that often determines whether we truly thrive in life, in relationships, and in our careers. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It's the ability to stay calm under pressure, communicate effectively, empathize with others, and build meaningful connections. In a world that is increasingly fast-paced, competitive, and stressful, emotional intelligence has become a critical factor in achieving sustainable success. Consider the most successful leaders, entrepreneurs, and high achievers you admire. While their technical abilities may have gotten them far, it is their emotional intelligence that allows them to connect with others, navigate challenges, and stay resilient in the face of adversity. Emotional intelligence allows individuals to adapt to changing circumstances, work collaboratively, and inspire others, all of which are essential for long-term success. But what exactly is emotional intelligence, and how can we cultivate it in our own lives? Emotional intelligence is not a fixed trait. It can be developed and improved over time. Whether you are striving to be a better leader, improve your personal relationships, or enhance your decision-making skills, emotional intelligence can be the key to unlocking your full potential. It gives you the tools to better understand yourself, manage your emotions in difficult situations, and develop stronger, more empathetic relationships with others. At its core, emotional intelligence is about understanding what drives your behavior, why you react the way you do, and how to manage your responses to achieve better outcomes. It also involves being able to recognize the emotions of others, allowing you to respond with empathy and build stronger, more supportive connections. By practicing emotional intelligence, you can create a deeper, more profound sense of connection with others, making it easier to lead, collaborate, and thrive in all areas of life. In this audiobook, we'll explore the importance of emotional intelligence, break it down into its key components, and discuss practical steps you can take to enhance your EQ. By the end, you will have a clear understanding of how to use emotional intelligence to build authentic relationships, lead with confidence, and achieve success in both your personal and professional life. The journey to emotional intelligence is not an overnight transformation, but with commitment, self-awareness, and practice, you can unlock the full power of your emotions to create a more fulfilling, successful life. Chapter 1. What is emotional intelligence and why it matters? Success in life, both personally and professionally, often comes down to more than just skills and intelligence. While having technical expertise or academic knowledge certainly provides an advantage, it is emotional intelligence, EQ, that differentiates those who succeed over the long term from those who struggle despite their talents. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and influence our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. This skill is what enables us to navigate complex social environments, communicate effectively, and make better decisions in both high-pressure situations and everyday life. So, what exactly is emotional intelligence, and why does it matter? The components of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is often broken down into 5 key components, as outlined by psychologist Daniel Goleman, who is considered one of the foremost experts on emotional intelligence. These components are self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behaviors. Self-awareness involves having a clear sense of your strengths, weaknesses, and triggers. People who are self-aware are able to make more intentional decisions rather than reacting impulsively to emotions. Self-regulation, the ability to control or redirect disruptive emotions and impulses. This involves managing your emotional responses, particularly in stressful situations, and resisting the urge to act on impulse. People with high self-regulation are able to stay calm and composed, even when faced with challenges or difficult circumstances. Motivation. A passion for work that goes beyond external rewards, such as money or recognition. This component involves being driven by internal goals and a desire to achieve, regardless of external validation. Highly motivated individuals are persistent, resilient, and committed to their goals, even when faced with setbacks or difficulties. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy is about recognizing and responding to the emotions of those around you, whether they are positive or negative. People who demonstrate empathy are able to build strong, supportive relationships and navigate social situations with ease. Social skills, the ability to manage relationships and build networks. This component is about effectively communicating, collaborating, and resolving conflicts with others. People with strong social skills are able to influence and inspire others, build trust, and foster positive relationships in both personal and professional settings. Together, these 5 components form the foundation of emotional intelligence. They enable us to navigate not only our own emotions but also the emotions of others in ways that contribute to positive outcomes in our relationships, work, and personal lives. Why emotional intelligence matters. Now that we understand the components of emotional intelligence, it's important to explore why it matters so much in our daily lives. Research has shown that emotional intelligence plays a significant role in everything from job performance and leadership to mental health and overall happiness. Emotional intelligence and success in the workplace. In the workplace, emotional intelligence is a key predictor of success. While technical skills and expertise are important, they are no longer enough on their own to excel in today's collaborative, fast-paced environment. High-performing individuals and leaders are not only skilled in their field, but also capable of building strong teams, managing stress, and fostering a positive, inclusive culture. For example, leaders with high emotional intelligence are able to inspire and motivate their teams, manage conflicts effectively, and create an environment where employees feel valued and supported. They are also able to make better decisions, particularly under pressure, because they have a deep understanding of their own emotions and can consider the emotional impact on others. Additionally, emotional intelligence allows employees to work well with others, handle criticism, and adapt to changing circumstances, all essential traits in today's dynamic work environment. People who demonstrate empathy and good social skills are able to collaborate more effectively, navigate office politics, and contribute to a cohesive and productive work atmosphere. Emotional intelligence and personal relationships. Outside of the workplace, emotional intelligence is equally, if not more, important. Relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, are built on emotional understanding. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, understand their perspectives, and support them in ways that foster closeness and trust. In personal relationships, self-awareness and self-regulation play crucial roles. Being self-aware helps us recognize when we are upset or stressed and gives us the opportunity to pause, reflect, and avoid reacting impulsively. Self-regulation allows us to manage our emotions, express ourselves clearly, and avoid saying or doing things we might later regret. Additionally, emotional intelligence enables us to resolve conflicts effectively. No relationship is without its challenges, but people with high emotional intelligence are able to approach conflicts with empathy and a calm demeanor, seeking solutions rather than escalating tensions. They understand that relationships require effort and communication, and they use their emotional intelligence to maintain healthy, balanced connections with others. Emotional intelligence and mental well-being. Emotional intelligence is also closely linked to our mental health and well-being. People with high EQ are better able to manage their emotions, cope with stress, and avoid the negative consequences of emotional turbulence, such as anxiety or depression. For example, someone with strong self-regulation skills can manage feelings of frustration, anger, or sadness without allowing them to overwhelm their thinking or behavior. This emotional resilience is essential for maintaining a sense of mental clarity and well-being in the face of adversity. Additionally, individuals with high emotional intelligence are more likely to seek help when needed, whether it's through therapy, support networks, or self-care practices. They are in tune with their emotional states and recognize when they need to take a step back, recharge, or seek guidance to maintain their mental health. The impact of emotional intelligence on decision-making. Emotional intelligence also plays a significant role in decision-making. When we are in touch with our emotions and understand how they influence our thoughts and behavior, we are better equipped to make informed, rational decisions. Emotions are not inherently negative or irrational. They are valuable signals that help us navigate life. However, without emotional intelligence, we may be prone to acting impulsively or allowing emotions like fear, anger, or jealousy to cloud our judgment. People with high EQ, on the other hand, are able to balance their emotional responses with logical thinking, allowing them to make decisions that are in line with their values and long-term goals. Whether it's deciding which career path to pursue, how to handle a challenging relationship, or whether to make a financial investment, emotional intelligence allows us to make better, more balanced decisions that lead to greater satisfaction and fulfillment in the long run. Developing emotional intelligence, a lifelong journey. The good news is that emotional intelligence is not fixed. It can be developed and strengthened over time. By becoming more self-aware, practicing self-regulation, building empathy, and improving your social skills, you can enhance your emotional intelligence and reap the benefits in all aspects of your life. The journey to emotional intelligence starts with commitment. It requires time, patience, and intentionality, but the rewards are profound. As you develop your emotional intelligence, you will notice an increase in your ability to connect deeply with others, make better decisions, and maintain your own emotional well-being. Remember, emotional intelligence isn't about being perfect. It's about being mindful of your emotions, understanding how they influence your actions, and making conscious choices that contribute to better relationships and greater success. With consistent effort, emotional intelligence can become one of your most powerful tools for living a fulfilled, meaningful life. Conclusion: emotional intelligence is at the heart of success in both our personal and professional lives. It's the key to understanding ourselves and others, building strong relationships, and navigating the complexities of emotions with resilience and wisdom. By investing in emotional intelligence, you are not only improving your own life but also the lives of those around you. In the following chapters, we will dive deeper into the key components of emotional intelligence, explore practical techniques for developing it, and discuss how emotional intelligence can lead to deeper connections and greater success in all aspects of your life. Chapter 2: The Role of Self-Awareness in Emotional Intelligence. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional intelligence. Without it, it's impossible to manage your emotions, build strong relationships, or understand the underlying motivations behind your actions. At the heart of emotional intelligence lies the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behaviors. This awareness not only gives you insight into your emotional world, but also serves as the foundation for all the other aspects of emotional intelligence, such as self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. In this chapter, we'll explore why self-awareness is so crucial, how it shapes the way we interact with others, and practical steps you can take to enhance your own self-awareness. By the end of this chapter, you'll understand why cultivating self-awareness is the first step toward building emotional intelligence and how it can lead to more fulfilling relationships, better decision-making, and ultimately, greater success. What is self-awareness? Self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions as they occur, and how these emotions influence your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. It's about having a clear understanding of your feelings, knowing why you feel a certain way, and being able to reflect on your emotional reactions in various situations. Being self-aware means that you're not only able to name your emotions, for example, sadness, frustration, joy, anger, but also able to understand why you're feeling that way and how it affects your behavior. For instance, if you feel anxious before a big presentation, a self-aware person would recognize that the anxiety is stemming from their fear of judgment, and they might choose to take steps to calm themselves down or prepare better. Self-awareness also involves understanding how your emotions influence your actions and how others might perceive you based on those emotions. For example, if you're feeling angry, a lack of self-awareness might cause you to lash out at a colleague. But if you are aware of your anger, you can choose to pause, breathe, and respond thoughtfully, rather than react impulsively. At its core, self-awareness allows you to take control of your emotions, rather than being controlled by them. It helps you recognize patterns in your emotional responses and offers you the space to make more informed decisions about how you want to act or respond. The importance of self-awareness in emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is the foundation of all other components of emotional intelligence. Without self-awareness, it's difficult to develop self-regulation, empathy, or social skills, all of which are crucial for building meaningful relationships and achieving success in both personal and professional settings. For example, self-regulation involves controlling your emotions and impulses, and that can't happen without first recognizing what you're feeling. Similarly, empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is rooted in understanding your own emotional responses. If you cannot recognize your own emotions, it will be much more challenging to understand and respond to the emotions of those around you. Moreover, self-awareness leads to better decision-making. If you understand your emotions, you are better equipped to make choices that are aligned with your values and goals. It prevents you from making impulsive decisions that you might regret later. Self-awareness helps you pause before reacting, allowing you to respond with thoughtfulness rather than reacting emotionally. How self-awareness influences relationships. Self-awareness is not just important for your personal growth, it is also a key factor in building strong, healthy relationships. When you understand your own emotions, you are better able to communicate with others and respond to them in a way that fosters connection and trust. For example, in a romantic relationship, if you are self-aware, you can better understand how your feelings of jealousy, insecurity, or frustration might affect your partner. You can recognize when you're being triggered by something, and instead of blaming the other person, you can own your feelings and communicate them calmly. This type of emotional transparency promotes understanding and connection. Similarly, in a work environment, self-awareness helps you to understand how your mood might impact your team. If you're feeling stressed or frustrated, a self-aware leader can communicate these feelings to their team in a constructive way, rather than letting stress lead to erratic behavior or poor decision-making. Self-awareness in these situations helps you maintain emotional control and promotes empathy, creating a more harmonious and productive environment. Self-awareness and personal growth. One of the most powerful benefits of self-awareness is its impact on personal growth. Understanding your emotions gives you the opportunity to reflect on your actions and identify areas where you can improve. When you're aware of your strengths and weaknesses, you can focus your energy on building on your strengths and addressing your weaknesses. For example, if you recognize that you often feel defensive when receiving feedback, that awareness gives you the chance to reframe your response. Instead of reacting with defensiveness, you might choose to listen with curiosity, asking questions to understand the feedback and using it to grow. Self-awareness also helps you identify what motivates you and what drains your energy. It helps you recognize the activities, people, or environments that make you feel alive, and those that leave you feeling exhausted or frustrated. By becoming more self-aware, you can make intentional choices that align with your goals, leading to greater personal fulfillment and satisfaction. Practical steps to cultivate self-awareness. Now that we understand the importance of self-awareness, let's explore practical steps you can take to develop it in your own life. Developing self-awareness is a lifelong practice. But with intention and effort, you can improve your ability to recognize and understand your emotions and use that awareness to your advantage. Practice mindfulness and reflection. One of the most effective ways to build self-awareness is through mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being present and fully engaged in the current moment without judgment. This practice helps you tune into your thoughts and feelings in real time. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to check in with yourself. Reflect on how you're feeling emotionally and physically. Ask yourself questions like, what emotions am I experiencing right now? Why do I feel this way? How is this affecting my thoughts or actions? Keep an emotional journal. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process and understand them more clearly. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to jot down your emotional experiences. What triggered your emotions throughout the day? How did you respond? Did your emotions influence your actions or decisions? By reflecting on your emotional responses, you'll begin to see patterns and gain insight into how your emotions affect your behavior. Seek feedback from others. While self-reflection is powerful, it's often helpful to get an outside perspective on your emotional behavior. Ask trusted friends, family members, or colleagues for honest feedback. They might be able to provide insights into how your emotions influence your interactions with others. By being open to feedback, you gain valuable information about how others perceive you, which can increase your self-awareness. Observe your triggers. Self-awareness involves recognizing your emotional triggers, those situations, people, or events that cause you to react strongly. Once you identify your triggers, you can start to develop strategies for managing your emotional responses. For example, if you get anxious before meetings, you might recognize that you're not well prepared. A simple solution could be to spend more time preparing in advance to reduce anxiety. Engage in emotional exploration. Sometimes emotions aren't immediately obvious. You might feel upset but not know why. In these cases, it's important to dig deeper and explore the underlying cause of your emotions. You can ask yourself questions like, what do I really feel right now? Am I angry, sad, frustrated, or something else? What triggered this emotion? By examining your emotions more deeply, you can uncover hidden patterns or beliefs that affect your behavior. Practice self-compassion. Self-awareness doesn't just involve recognizing negative emotions. It also involves being kind to yourself when you encounter difficult feelings. When you make mistakes or feel overwhelmed, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. This approach helps you avoid self-criticism and cultivates a healthier emotional relationship with yourself. The impact of self-awareness on other areas of emotional intelligence. Self-awareness serves as the foundation for all other aspects of emotional intelligence. Once you understand your own emotions, you can more effectively manage them, empathize with others, and develop stronger social skills. For example, self-regulation, which is the ability to control or redirect your emotions, relies heavily on self-awareness. If you are aware of your emotions, you can better manage them in the moment, whether you're feeling angry, anxious, or excited. Without self-awareness, emotional reactions tend to be impulsive and uncontrolled, leading to undesirable outcomes. Similarly, empathy, the ability to understand the emotions of others, also depends on self-awareness. To empathize with someone else, you need to first understand your own emotional state. Being attuned to your feelings helps you recognize and connect with the emotions of those around you. Conclusion: the lifelong journey of self-awareness. Self-awareness is not a destination, it's a lifelong journey. The more you practice and reflect on your emotions, the deeper your understanding will become. As you develop this essential component of emotional intelligence, you will gain greater insight into yourself, improve your relationships, and enhance your ability to make thoughtful, intentional decisions. Remember, self-awareness is the foundation of all other emotional intelligence skills. It opens the door to self-regulation, empathy, and social skills, all of which contribute to better relationships, improved decision-making, and greater success. With time and dedication, you can continue to cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and unlock your full potential in both your personal and professional life. Chapter 3: Self-Regulation, the power of controlling your emotions. Self-regulation, the ability to control or redirect disruptive emotions and impulses, is one of the core components of emotional intelligence. In simple terms, self-regulation allows us to manage our emotional responses, ensuring that we don't let our emotions control our actions. It's the power to respond thoughtfully to situations, rather than reacting impulsively or letting negative emotions dictate our behavior. Imagine a situation at work where your boss gives you critical feedback. Your initial reaction might be to feel defensive, frustrated, or even angry. However, self-regulation allows you to pause, reflect, and respond in a calm, productive manner. You might ask for clarification, thank your boss for the feedback, or simply take time to process the information without allowing your emotions to dictate your actions. In this scenario, self-regulation doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather managing them in a way that leads to constructive outcomes. In this chapter, we will explore why self-regulation is such a powerful tool in emotional intelligence. We'll delve into how it affects our relationships, decision-making, and overall success. We'll also look at practical strategies for developing and strengthening self-regulation so that you can better manage your emotions, reduce stress, and maintain control over your reactions in challenging situations. What is self-regulation? At its core, self-regulation is about having control over your emotional responses and not letting your emotions hijack your behavior. It's about maintaining emotional balance in the face of adversity, stress, or even overwhelming excitement. Think of it like being in the driver's seat of your emotions. Instead of letting your feelings take over and dictate your behavior, self-regulation helps you steer in a direction that aligns with your values and goals. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it means choosing how you express and act on those emotions. Self-regulation encompasses several important skills, such as impulse control, the ability to delay gratification and resist the urge to act on immediate impulses, particularly in situations where acting hastily could lead to negative consequences. Stress management, the capacity to remain calm and composed in stressful situations, rather than letting stress overwhelm you or cause you to react emotionally. Emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks, disappointments, or failures without allowing negative emotions to persist or derail you from your goals. Emotional awareness, the recognition of your emotional state and its impact on your behavior. Self-regulation involves acknowledging your feelings, but choosing how to act in a way that aligns with your best interests. Adaptability, the ability to adjust your emotional responses based on the context and the people you're interacting with. This helps you maintain control in varying situations, whether it's a work meeting, a personal conflict, or a high-stress moment. Why self-regulation matters. Self-regulation is a fundamental component of emotional intelligence because it influences nearly every aspect of our lives, from relationships to work performance. Here's why it matters. 1. Self-regulation is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. When we're able to manage our emotions, we're less likely to say or do things we'll regret in the heat of the moment. Instead of reacting impulsively to a spouse's comment or a colleague's criticism, we can take a step back, process our emotions, and respond with thoughtfulness and respect. In romantic relationships, for example, the ability to regulate emotions can prevent arguments from escalating. Rather than reacting defensively when a partner shares their feelings, self-regulation allows us to listen and respond in a way that fosters understanding and compromise. In friendships and work relationships, self-regulation helps us avoid unnecessary conflicts. It allows us to approach disagreements with an open mind, focusing on problem-solving instead of letting emotions cloud our judgment. 2. Improved decision-making. Self-regulation is crucial for making thoughtful decisions. Emotions, particularly strong ones like anger, fear, or excitement, can cloud our judgment and lead us to make hasty, impulsive decisions. Without self-regulation, we might say things we don't mean, make choices that we later regret, or act on fear instead of reason. When we practice self-regulation, we give ourselves the space to think before we act. For example, if you're feeling angry after a disagreement, self-regulation allows you to pause and think about the consequences of reacting impulsively. By doing so, you can make decisions that are more aligned with your values and long-term goals, rather than responding based on immediate emotional reactions. This ability to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully also leads to better problem-solving skills. Instead of rushing to conclusions, self-regulation enables us to process information more effectively, weigh our options, and choose the best course of action. 3. Increased resilience and mental toughness. Life is full of challenges, both big and small. Whether it's facing a setback at work, dealing with personal disappointment, or navigating difficult relationships, emotional resilience is key to bouncing back. Self-regulation plays a significant role in how we handle adversity. When we're able to regulate our emotions, we're better equipped to stay calm in the face of stress. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by negative feelings or giving up when things get tough, self-regulation helps us stay focused on solutions and move forward with a positive mindset. People with strong self-regulation are often described as mentally tough because they have the ability to endure difficult circumstances without letting emotions take over. They understand that setbacks are a natural part of life, and they don't let frustration or fear dictate their actions. Instead, they approach challenges with resilience, focusing on what they can control and how they can learn and grow from the experience. 4. Stress reduction and well-being. One of the most immediate benefits of self-regulation is its ability to reduce stress. When we're able to manage our emotions, we don't allow stress to build up or overwhelm us. Instead of becoming anxious or agitated in difficult situations, we can maintain a sense of calm and clarity. By practicing self-regulation, we can lower our cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and reduce the physical and emotional effects of stress on our bodies. Over time, this leads to greater overall well-being, improved health, and a more positive outlook on life. Additionally, emotional regulation helps with mindfulness, the ability to be present in the moment without judgment. By focusing on the present, we can avoid spiraling into worries about the future or regrets about the past, which are often sources of unnecessary stress. Practical strategies for developing self-regulation. Now that we understand why self-regulation is so important, let's explore some practical strategies for building and strengthening this skill. Developing self-regulation takes time and practice, but with consistent effort, you can improve your ability to manage your emotions and reactions in any situation. Pause and breathe. When you feel a surge of emotion, the first step is to pause and take a deep breath. This simple act can help break the emotional trigger and give you a moment to calm your nervous system. By allowing yourself to pause, you create space to reflect on how you want to respond, rather than acting impulsively. Reframe your thoughts. Emotions often arise from the way we interpret situations. If you're feeling angry or frustrated, try to reframe your thoughts. For example, instead of thinking, "This is unfair and I'm being treated badly," try thinking, "This is a challenging situation, but it's an opportunity for me to learn and grow." By changing the way you perceive the situation, you can shift your emotional response and respond more calmly. Mindfulness practices. Incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine can help you stay aware of your emotional state and improve your ability to regulate your emotions. Regular mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simply taking a few moments each day to focus on your breath can help you develop greater emotional awareness and control. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Emotional regulation isn't just about suppressing emotions, it's about finding healthy ways to cope with them. Exercise, journaling, spending time in nature, or engaging in a creative hobby are all great ways to channel emotions in a positive direction. By developing healthy coping mechanisms, you'll be better able to manage stress and avoid unhealthy emotional reactions. Create a personal action plan. Identify your emotional triggers, situations, or people that tend to set off strong reactions. Once you know your triggers, create a personal action plan for how you'll respond in those situations. For example, if you get stressed in high-pressure meetings, your action plan might include taking deep breaths, writing down your thoughts before speaking, or pausing before reacting. Seek support when needed. Developing self-regulation doesn't mean doing it alone. It's okay to seek support from others when you're struggling to manage your emotions. Talking to a therapist, counselor, or trusted friend can help you gain perspective and find healthier ways to manage your emotional responses. Conclusion: the power of self-regulation in achieving success. Self-regulation is one of the most powerful tools you can develop in your journey to emotional intelligence. It allows you to maintain control over your emotions, make better decisions, and respond to life's challenges with resilience and clarity. Whether you're managing stress at work, resolving conflicts in your relationships, or working toward personal goals, self-regulation gives you the emotional control and mental strength to navigate any situation with confidence. By practicing self-regulation, you not only enhance your emotional intelligence, but you also create a healthier, more fulfilling life. With time and dedication, you can strengthen this skill, making it easier to stay calm under pressure, bounce back from setbacks, and ultimately achieve lasting success. Chapter 4. Empathy. Understanding others' emotions for stronger connections. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's not just about being kind or sympathetic. Empathy involves a deep emotional connection where you can truly feel and comprehend the emotions of someone else. It's one of the most powerful aspects of emotional intelligence because it strengthens relationships, fosters compassion, and creates meaningful connections. In this chapter, we'll explore why empathy is essential for building stronger connections in both personal and professional relationships. We'll examine how empathy allows you to understand others' perspectives, navigate conflicts, and communicate more effectively. You'll also learn practical ways to cultivate empathy in your own life, which can lead to deeper relationships, better teamwork, and improved overall well-being. What is empathy? Empathy goes beyond merely understanding another person's emotions intellectually. It's about feeling those emotions with them. When you empathize with someone, you are able to not only see their perspective but also emotionally engage with it. Empathy can be broken down into three main components. Cognitive empathy. This is the ability to understand another person's thoughts, feelings, and perspective. It's the intellectual understanding of what someone else is going through. Emotional empathy. This is the ability to feel another person's emotions as if they were your own. When you feel the sadness, joy, or frustration of others, you engage with their emotions on a deeper level. Compassionate empathy. Compassionate empathy involves not only understanding and feeling another's emotions, but also feeling compelled to take action to help alleviate their suffering or improve their situation. It's empathy with a sense of action and desire to assist in some way. While cognitive empathy helps us understand someone's point of view, emotional empathy allows us to connect with them on an emotional level, and compassionate empathy prompts us to engage and support them in a tangible way. All three aspects work together to form a full, effective, empathetic response. The importance of empathy in building stronger connections. Empathy is a cornerstone of strong, healthy relationships. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a professional relationship, the ability to understand and validate someone else's feelings is essential for fostering trust and mutual respect. When you empathize with others, you show them that you truly care about their experiences and emotions. This creates a deeper bond and a sense of security, because people feel seen and heard when their emotions are acknowledged. In relationships where empathy is present, individuals are more likely to feel supported, understood, and valued. Consider a situation in a workplace where a colleague is dealing with personal issues that are affecting their work performance. A lack of empathy might lead you to become frustrated with their lack of productivity or dismiss their challenges. However, an empathetic response would involve understanding their emotions and supporting them through their difficulties. By acknowledging their feelings and offering assistance, you help foster an environment where both emotional and professional needs are met, leading to better overall performance and collaboration. Empathy is equally important in romantic relationships and friendships. In intimate relationships, being empathetic allows you to share in the joys and challenges of your partner, making them feel validated and emotionally supported. In friendships, empathy fosters deeper connection and emotional intimacy. In both personal and professional settings, when empathy is present, it creates a space for open, honest communication and strengthens mutual respect. It also helps to reduce conflict because it encourages active listening and understanding rather than defensiveness or judgment. The impact of empathy on effective communication. Effective communication is at the heart of every successful relationship. Empathy plays a crucial role in how we communicate with others. When we empathize with someone, we're not just listening to their words, we're also tuning into their emotions, body language, and tone of voice. This enables us to communicate more effectively and respond in ways that show we genuinely care about their feelings. Active listening, a skill that is closely tied to empathy, is crucial for effective communication. When we truly listen, we give the speaker our full attention and we focus on understanding their message, not just waiting for our turn to speak. This level of listening helps us understand the speaker's emotions and feelings, making it easier to respond in a way that reflects our understanding. Empathetic communication also involves responding appropriately. It's not enough to just understand someone's feelings. How we respond to those emotions is equally important. For instance, if a friend is feeling sad, responding with a simple, "I'm sorry you feel that way," can feel dismissive. A more empathetic response might be, "I can imagine how difficult that must be. I'm here for you." This type of response acknowledges the person's feelings and validates their experience, creating a deeper emotional connection. Empathy in conflict resolution. Empathy is also a powerful tool in conflict resolution. When conflicts arise, it's easy to become defensive and focused on winning the argument. However, Empathy shifts the focus from confrontation to understanding. It helps us approach conflict with the intention of finding a solution that respects everyone's feelings. When you can empathize with someone during a conflict, you can understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. This allows you to respond calmly and cooperatively, rather than reacting with frustration or anger. By acknowledging the other person's emotions and showing a genuine desire to resolve the issue, you create an environment where solutions can be discussed respectfully. For example, imagine a situation where a colleague feels upset about a decision you made at work. If you dismiss their feelings and focus only on defending your position, the situation is likely to escalate. However, if you respond with empathy by acknowledging their concerns and saying, "I understand why this decision may have been difficult for you. Let's talk about how we can address your concerns moving forward," you open the door for productive conversation and conflict resolution. Empathy and leadership. Empathy is especially important for effective leadership. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are able to connect with their teams on an emotional level, fostering trust, loyalty, and motivation. Empathy helps leaders understand the unique needs of their employees, which allows them to offer support, feedback, and guidance in a way that resonates with each individual. When a leader demonstrates empathy, it boosts morale and enhances teamwork. It makes employees feel valued and heard, which increases engagement and productivity. On the other hand, a lack of empathy from leadership can lead to disengagement, resentment, and high turnover. A great leader uses empathy not only to motivate their team but also to recognize and address challenges. For example, if a team member is struggling with personal issues that are affecting their performance, an empathetic leader might offer flexibility or resources to help that employee navigate the situation. This doesn't just improve the individual's well-being, but also benefits the overall team's performance. Developing empathy, practical strategies. While some people may have a natural inclination toward empathy, it is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Here are some practical strategies for building empathy in your own life. Active listening. To develop empathy, practice active listening. Give the person your full attention and listen not only to their words, but also to their tone and body language. Avoid interrupting or thinking about what you'll say next. Instead, focus on understanding their emotions and perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. Try to imagine what the other person is experiencing emotionally. Ask yourself, how would I feel if I were in their position? This mental exercise helps you gain perspective and respond with greater understanding and compassion. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of making assumptions about how someone feels, ask them how they're doing. Open-ended questions like, "How are you feeling about this situation?" or "What's going on for you right now?" encourage the person to share their thoughts and emotions in more depth. Practice non-judgmental awareness. Approach others' emotions with an open mind and without judgment. Everyone's emotional experiences are valid, even if they differ from your own. Avoid dismissing or minimizing someone's feelings. Instead, offer support and understanding, even if you don't fully agree with their perspective. Be present and available. Empathy requires time and attention. Make an effort to be present when someone needs to talk and offer your full attention. Sometimes, simply being available to listen can make a world of difference for someone who is struggling emotionally. Show compassionate action. Empathy isn't just about understanding others' emotions. It's also about taking action to support them. Whether it's offering a kind word, a gesture of support, or helping someone with a task, compassionate action shows that you care and are willing to help alleviate their distress. Conclusion: the transformative power of empathy. Empathy is not just a feel-good quality, it is a transformative force in our relationships, work, and communities. It enables us to build stronger, more authentic connections, resolve conflicts with understanding, and become more effective leaders. The power of empathy lies in its ability to create deeper emotional bonds, promote mutual respect, and encourage collaborative problem-solving. As you cultivate empathy in your own life, you will find that it not only enriches your relationships but also enhances your emotional intelligence overall. By practicing active listening, being present, and approaching others with compassion, you can create a ripple effect that fosters understanding, trust, and support in all your interactions. Ultimately, empathy is the bridge between people. It connects us, strengthens our relationships, and helps us navigate the complexities of human emotions. The more you cultivate empathy, the more fulfilling and successful your personal and professional life will become. Chapter 5. Social Skills. Building meaningful relationships with emotional intelligence. The ability to build strong, meaningful relationships is one of the most valuable skills anyone can possess. At the heart of these successful relationships lies social skills, which are built upon the foundation of emotional intelligence, EQ. Having high emotional intelligence means that you can understand your own emotions, manage them effectively, and understand and manage the emotions of others. But social skills, an essential aspect of EQ, take this a step further by enabling you to communicate well, connect with others, and maintain positive, healthy relationships in various contexts. In this chapter, we will explore the significance of social skills in emotional intelligence, break down the key components that contribute to building strong social relationships, and discuss practical strategies for improving these skills. Whether you are looking to enhance your communication abilities, improve teamwork, or deepen your personal relationships, strong social skills are the key to making meaningful connections that can last a lifetime. What are social skills? Social skills are the abilities that allow you to interact effectively and harmoniously with others. They encompass a range of competencies, including communication, listening, conflict resolution, and the ability to influence others positively. Social skills are often thought of as the people skills that enable us to navigate various social situations, whether in the workplace, in social gatherings, or in family settings. At their core, social skills involve understanding social dynamics and knowing how to engage with people in a way that fosters trust, cooperation, and respect. While some people may naturally excel in these areas, the good news is that social skills can be developed with intention and practice. These skills are not innate. They are learned through experience and reflection, making them accessible to anyone who is willing to improve. The key social skills that are rooted in emotional intelligence include communication, the ability to express oneself clearly and understand others' messages, both verbally and non-verbally. Active listening, the ability to listen attentively, without judgment, and understand both the content and emotions behind someone's message. Empathy, the ability to understand and relate to the feelings of others, creating a deeper emotional connection. Conflict resolution, the ability to address and resolve disagreements in a calm, constructive manner. Influence and persuasion, the ability to guide, influence, and motivate others in a way that benefits both parties. Let's break down how these social skills contribute to building meaningful relationships and why they are so important in the context of emotional intelligence. The role of social skills in building meaningful relationships. Effective communication is at the heart of every successful relationship. Whether in personal relationships, friendships, or the workplace, our ability to communicate with others dictates the strength and depth of our interactions. Miscommunication, misunderstandings, and unexpressed emotions can quickly undermine relationships, while clear, respectful communication fosters deeper connections and mutual understanding. In a workplace environment, good social skills are essential for teamwork. Teams that communicate openly, share ideas, and resolve conflicts constructively tend to be more productive, innovative, and resilient. In leadership positions, social skills allow leaders to connect with their teams, guide them through challenges, and motivate them toward common goals. In romantic relationships, friendships, and family dynamics, social skills also play a critical role. Good communication and the ability to listen empathetically form the foundation for trust and understanding. A partner, friend, or family member who can express themselves clearly and listen attentively builds a sense of security and intimacy. Moreover, when challenges arise, strong social skills in conflict resolution ensure that disagreements are resolved respectfully without damaging the relationship. Active listening is another vital component of social skills. It's easy to become distracted or dismissive during conversations, especially when emotions are involved. However, when we listen actively, we validate the other person's emotions and show that we care about their experience. Active listening builds trust and rapport, making others feel respected and valued. When people feel heard, they are more likely to open up, share their thoughts, and contribute to the conversation. Social skills and leadership. Social skills are particularly crucial in leadership. A strong leader knows that success doesn't come from orders or directives alone. It comes from building relationships with their team. Leaders with strong social skills are able to connect with their team members on a personal level, motivate them, and create an environment of collaboration and trust. Leaders who excel at empathy are able to understand the needs and concerns of their team members, fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect. By practicing active listening, these leaders ensure that team members feel heard and understood, which boosts morale and encourages open communication. Conflict resolution is another key social skill for leaders. In any team or organization, conflict is inevitable. However, leaders with strong conflict resolution skills can address issues calmly, fairly, and diplomatically, ensuring that relationships within the team remain strong. By using empathy and good communication, leaders can de-escalate tension, find common ground, and guide their team toward a solution that works for everyone. Social skills also help leaders influence and inspire others. A leader with high emotional intelligence can motivate people through words, actions, and emotional support. Their ability to connect emotionally with others fosters loyalty, dedication, and a shared sense of purpose. Good leaders know how to persuade and influence others without manipulation by presenting ideas clearly, listening to feedback, and adapting to the needs of the people around them. Building strong relationships through empathy and social skills. Empathy is a central aspect of emotional intelligence and a critical component of strong social skills. Empathy allows you to connect with others on an emotional level, understand their needs and feelings, and build a foundation of trust and respect. People are more likely to open up and engage with you when they feel understood and supported. In a workplace setting, empathy can help leaders and team members resolve misunderstandings, improve collaboration, and create an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued. In personal relationships, empathy fosters deeper connection and intimacy. It enables you to understand your partner's feelings, needs, and concerns, and helps you respond in a way that strengthens the bond between you. Empathy also plays a significant role in conflict resolution. When a conflict arises, whether at work or in a personal relationship, empathy allows you to understand the perspective of the other person. Instead of reacting with defensiveness or anger, you can approach the situation with a willingness to listen and find a mutually beneficial solution. By validating the other person's feelings, you create an environment where both parties can express themselves and find common ground. Practical strategies for improving social skills. Now that we understand the importance of social skills in emotional intelligence, let's explore some practical strategies for improving them. Enhancing your social skills takes intentional effort, but with practice, you can strengthen your ability to communicate, connect, and build meaningful relationships with others. Practice active listening. Focus on truly hearing what the other person is saying without interrupting or thinking about your response. Pay attention to non-verbal cues, like body language and tone of voice, which can give you deeper insight into the person's emotions. Engage in empathetic conversations. Make an effort to connect with others on an emotional level. When someone shares their feelings with you, respond with empathy, acknowledging their emotions and validating their experience. Improve your non-verbal communication. Social skills are not just about what you say, they also depend on how you say it. Pay attention to your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Ensure that they align with your words and convey openness, warmth, and understanding. Practice conflict resolution. When conflicts arise, approach them with a mindset of understanding and cooperation. Instead of reacting impulsively, take a step back, listen to the other person's perspective, and work together to find a resolution that meets both parties' needs. Build your emotional vocabulary. Understanding your emotions and being able to articulate them is essential for effective communication. The more emotionally articulate you are, the better you can express yourself and understand others. Seek feedback from others. To improve your social skills, ask for feedback from people you trust. They can offer valuable insights into how you come across in social situations and suggest areas for improvement. Cultivate patience and tolerance. Building strong relationships requires patience. People are complex and sometimes difficult to understand. By cultivating tolerance and patience, you can foster a more inclusive and understanding environment, whether at work or in your personal life. The benefits of strong social skills. When you develop strong social skills, you'll notice a range of benefits that will positively impact every aspect of your life. These benefits include stronger relationships. With improved communication and empathy, your personal and professional relationships will deepen. People will feel more comfortable around you, and you'll create stronger connections with those who matter most. Improved career opportunities. Strong social skills make you a more effective communicator and leader. This can lead to new career opportunities, promotions, and an enhanced reputation in the workplace. Better conflict management. When you're able to resolve conflicts effectively and empathetically, you reduce the risk of unresolved issues escalating and damaging relationships. This leads to healthier, more productive interactions with colleagues, friends, and family. Increased emotional support. By practicing empathy and social skills, you build networks of support in your personal and professional life. People who feel heard and understood are more likely to offer you emotional support when you need it. Greater well-being. Positive relationships contribute to emotional and mental well-being. Social support, understanding, and meaningful connections help reduce stress, anxiety, and loneliness, leading to a more fulfilling life. Conclusion: the power of social skills in emotional intelligence. Social skills are the key to building strong, meaningful relationships in all areas of life. Whether at work, in your personal relationships, or within your community, the ability to communicate effectively, connect with others, and navigate social dynamics with empathy and understanding is vital for success. By practicing and developing your social skills, you can create deeper connections, resolve conflicts more effectively, and enhance your overall emotional intelligence. As you build your social skills, you'll notice positive changes in your relationships, your career, and your overall well-being. Remember, social skills are not a fixed trait. They can be learned and improved with time and effort. By committing to the process of cultivating these skills, you'll not only enrich your relationships but also pave the way for greater success in every area of your life. As we conclude our exploration of emotional intelligence, it's important to reflect on its transformative power. Emotional intelligence, EQ, isn't just a skill set. It's a way of navigating life with awareness, understanding, and intentionality. Whether in our personal relationships, careers, or self-growth, EQ provides the foundation for deeper connections and long-lasting success. Throughout this audiobook, we've explored the key elements of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. These components enable us to understand and manage our emotions, respond effectively to others, and build meaningful connections that enhance our overall well-being. Developing emotional intelligence is not a quick fix. It's an ongoing process that requires commitment and practice. However, the rewards are immense: stronger relationships, better decision-making, increased resilience, and greater overall success. Why emotional intelligence matters. In today's fast-paced, often disconnected world, emotional intelligence is what sets high achievers apart. It allows us to navigate challenges with grace, resolve conflicts with empathy, and make decisions that align with our values and goals. Self-awareness, the foundation of emotional intelligence, helps us understand our own emotions and reactions, enabling us to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Self-regulation provides the tools to manage stress and stay composed under pressure, while empathy helps us connect with others on a deeper level, fostering trust and understanding. Finally, social skills enable us to communicate effectively, collaborate, and lead with emotional awareness, building supportive networks and productive relationships. The power of empathy and connection. Empathy, one of the most powerful aspects of emotional intelligence, allows us to truly understand and share the emotions of others. By recognizing the feelings and perspectives of those around us, we foster deeper connections and more harmonious relationships. Whether in personal relationships or at work, empathy creates an atmosphere of trust, respect, and cooperation. It allows us to resolve conflicts constructively, communicate more effectively, and support those around us, all of which contribute to our success in life and work. A lifelong commitment to growth. Cultivating emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey. It's about being open to learning, growing, and becoming more attuned to our own emotions and those of others. Every conversation, every interaction is an opportunity to practice and strengthen our emotional intelligence. The more we work on developing these skills, the more naturally they will become part of our everyday lives, leading to more authentic relationships, improved decision-making, and greater fulfillment. Living with emotional intelligence. As you move forward, think about how you can integrate emotional intelligence into your daily life. How can you become more self-aware? How can you manage your emotions more effectively? How can you respond with more empathy to those around you? The possibilities are endless, and each step you take toward cultivating emotional intelligence will bring you closer to a life that's more connected, more fulfilling, and more successful.